announcement a little bit, but we are here for the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. And as you can see, Spaceship is right behind me. Over here, there are no more of the, as people like to call them, the tombstones or the Leave a Legacy pillars. And actually over to my right is all under construction, including the planter, the fountain outside of Spaceship Earth, and the other half of the Leave a Legacy pillars. So we're gonna go in, check out how the construction is, get some food, get some beverages, and have a great time at the Food and Wine Festival. Now don't forget, when you come into the park, don't forget to get your little pamphlet. In here, it'll show every country and what food and beverage offerings they have. They even have stickers, that way you can mark off each country that you've eaten in. And for this year, there is Emil's Fromage Montage, which is essentially a cheese walk. So if you try all of these, then you get a complimentary cheesecake, which is pretty cool. So behind me is what would be the Fountain of Nations. As you can see, it is under construction. The rumor is that it's actually leaving us permanently. And also under construction is Fountain View or Starbucks, which will be coming back to another location. And same thing with Club Cool. They haven't announced how it's going to come back, but they said it will be brought back in a more innovative form. So we will see what that means. But yes, a lot of Epcot is under construction right now. So just be prepared when you're coming in that it will be like that. So this is the Warmraclette Swiss cheese. It's served with 2 small slices of bread, potatoes, and some sort of pickles. I'm not a big pickle fan, but I'll probably try it. It's really cool. When you come up to the station, they're actually like shaving the warm Swiss off the block for you, which is really neat. Right now, I wish there was a little bit more Swiss, but it's still a pretty good portion size. This was $5. First, I'm going to try just a little bit of the cheese on its, okay, I guess I'm going to try the cheese on the bread. That's really good. And I normally don't like Swiss cheese, ironically. But normally I don't like it because it can be very, not dry, but very just like, not super flavorful. This is super flavorful. It almost has the same taste as like, or texture as like a brie would be, but yeah, this is really good. And then I'm gonna try a small bite of the pickle, even though I don't like pickles. It's very pickly. It's not a sweet pickle though, and it's not a dill pickle. It's just very vinegary. It's nice and refreshing though, because it's kind of cold. Overall, I like it. So this is the Teriyaki Chicken Bun from the Japan Pavilion. This was $5.75, and honestly, it's really hot to the touch, but it looks really good. It's pretty good size. Like, I've got little teeny tiny hands, and like it's about the size of my palm. And I'm gonna try a bite. No spice, perfectly sweet to savory or combo. The bun is nice and like doughy but still cooked. It's almost like a bao bun, and this is really delicious. I highly recommend this. And it was $5.75 at the Japan Pavilion. So we have the Braised Beef with smoked Gouda mashed potatoes from the Belgian booth. This is actually the 3rd year in a row that I'm trying them. We really enjoyed them the first year. The second year I wasn't a huge fan of them, so I'm really excited to see if they've improved and how I feel about them in the 3rd year of trying them. And it's got beef and carrots and mashed potatoes, and yeah, it looks good. Although, if I'm being honest, it looks like there's only like 2 pieces of meat. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything. I'm gonna get some carrot. definitely improved from last year. The beef is really tender. It's got a great flavor. All the carrots and the veggies are cooked down, so they're still very soft. And the mashed potatoes, most importantly, are not grainy. Last year they were kind of gritty, not like sand-like, but you could tell like they could have been emulsified further or mashed further, but I really like it this year. And this was $5.50 from the Belgian booth. And after a long break, you can finally meet Winnie the Pooh in Christopher Robin's room here in the United Kingdom Pavilion. So right back here, you see where it has the 30 overhang? Right through there is where you'll meet Winnie the Pooh in Christopher Robin's room. I remember meeting Winnie the Pooh there back when I was a kid, and it's really special. Winnie the Pooh is one of my favorite stories. Actually, fun fact, Eeyore is one of my favorite Disney characters. So being able to meet him back in the United Kingdom again is really special, and I'm really glad that they're bringing more character interactions back into the World Showcase. Also with the United Kingdom, they are going to be transforming this to Cherry Tree Lane from Mary Poppins with a Mary Poppins attraction. Now, it hasn't been said if it's going to be like a walkthrough attraction or if it's going to be a show or if it's going to be a ride yet, but that was announced at D23 this year. So keep a lookout on more information about what's coming to Cherry Tree Lane and the United Kingdom Pavilion here at Epcot. So this is the grilled sweet and spicy bushberry shrimp from the Australia booth. It's got peppers and pineapple and onion, and yeah, I'm gonna have a small bite. Ooh, seems nice and crunchy, that's good. And I'm gonna get some pineapple and some peppers. Oh, there's even like sugar snap peas. The shrimp is cooked perfectly. It's not overcooked, which is really nice. It still has a nice sweetness to it, just from being shrimp. The pineapple adds even more sweetness to it, but a different type of sweetness, more of a fruity sweetness. The peppers and onions sort of balance it out. And the sugar snap peas add some more crunch, which is really nice. I really enjoy that. I wouldn't say it's overly spicy. If you're not a fan of peppers, you might find it spicy. The peppers give it sort of that spice that they're talking about, but I don't find it overly spicy, no. And that was $6 from the Australian Pavilion. So this is the Kahlua pork slider from Hawaii. It's got pulled pork and some spicy mayo, and it looks like a pineapple chutney on it. And it's on a Hawaiian roll. And I'm gonna try a bite. Oh, I feel like it's gonna just fall apart on me. Ah! That's really good. You have the spicy, little bit of spicy kick from the spicy mayo. You've got the sweetness of the pork along with the pineapple and the saltiness from the pork. You got the softness from the bun. Oh, this is so good. So far, this is one of my favorite things I've had so far today. This is $5.25 from the Hawaii booth. And just so you know, the Hawaii booth has actually moved. It used to be right when you entered the World Showcase, but it's actually moved over here, off to the side near the refreshment port. So yeah, if you're over near the Wine and Dine Studio, the Cheese Studio, or the Chocolate Studio, if you just keep going, you'll end up passing Hawaii. So yes, this is excellent and I highly recommend this one. We're here at the Cheese Studio and I have gotten the beef stroganoff and the maple bourbon cheesecake. The beef stroganoff has tiny egg noodles, beer braised beef, some Burson cheese, some pickles, and some fresh greens on top. This was one of my favorite dishes last year, so I'm super excited it's back. Oh, look how tender that is. Let's try it. Oh, we gotta get a little bit of cheese, right? Ooh. Let's try a little bite. That's really good. That's really good. The egg noodles are excellent. The beer braised beef is perfectly cooked. Falls apart. The sauce is delectable. And the Burson cheese actually gives it a nice cool coolness to the warmth of the dish. Let's try one of the pickles. I know last time I didn't like them, so let's see how I feel about them this time. They're pickles. They're like any other pickle you would get. I guess it's like a dill pickle. You could leave them off and I'd be happy. I don't think they add anything to the dish, so yeah. Overall, this dish is so good. This is one of my favorites of the festival. It's $5.50 at the Cheese Studio, and it is delicious, and it's so filling. For the second year in a row, my favorite dish from the entire festival is back. This is the maple bourbon cheesecake with a maple bourbon cream, pecan crunch, and maple bourbon caramel sauce on top. It's so good. First time I ever had it, I had one bite and I turned to the person I was with and I was like, you've got to get your own. And that's a true story. I think I had this 4 or 5 times during the festival last year, and it's just, it's so good. So I'm so excited it's back, and we're gonna try a bite. Woo. Got a little bit of cream, a lot of sauce, the pecan. So this is love. It's so good. It's slightly more maple than I remember, but I'm not mad about it. I think they actually poured like a maple syrup on top before they put like the caramel, bourbon caramel. So good. So fresh without feeling like sickeningly sweet. It's sweet, don't get me wrong, but it's not like you don't eat this and finish like, oh my god, I ate way too much, I should have never eaten that. Like, I'm so happy this is back. This is so good. It's $4.50 at the Cheese Studio. You gotta come check it out. It's, so far, 2 years in a row, favorite. So that wraps up our first day at the Epcot Food and Wine Festival for 2019. I think my favorite things so far were the Kahlua pork slider, the maple bourbon cheesecake, and definitely the beef stroganoff. Monorail's going over us right now. Monorail, 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 monorail. I would have to say, if I had to pick either the braised beef with the smoked Gouda mashed potatoes or the beef stroganoff from the Cheese Studio, I'd have to say the beef stroganoff was my favorite. Not only was it delicious, but also the portion was huge. Like, I couldn't finish it by myself. I had to have someone who was with me help me. Whereas in Belgium, the braised beef, you only got like 2 kind of small pieces of beef, which was very unimpressive. So take that for what it's worth. They were both delicious. But yeah, leave any questions or comments you have down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And this is Bridgette's Buzz.